Annuities. Annuities are interest savings accounts where you deposit so much money every so often. A lot of times people will set up like a college fund for their kids and they may deposit a portion of their monthly paycheck into a savings account. That's called an annuity. We're going to only look at an ordinary annuity, the future value of an ordinary annuity. And the formula is kind of messy, so we're going to go over it and then show you how to use it. That's PMT is like your monthly deposit or what the deposit may be. It stands for payment. R is the interest rate divided by the number of compounding periods in a year. We'll talk about that as we go. And the big N is actually the number of compounding periods in a year multiplied by the number of years. So let's look at this example. Now we want to find the future value, which is what the FV means, which is the total amount of money, which is going to include all the deposits and the interest earned through that time period. So we're going to take the formula and we're just going to go through it step by step. PMT is your deposits, which in this case is $50. Then the bracket and then parentheses 1 plus R. Now that R is actually going to be the interest rate as a decimal, so it's 0.08. And if you're wondering how we got that, 8%, if you were to take the decimal, move it 2 places to the left, and throw in a 0 as a place value, that's how you get your 0.08. And divide by the number of compounding periods in a year. Well, since this one is quarterly, that means there's 4 quarters in a year. So we're going to divide by 4. And if you take out a calculator, I'm going to use a scientific and a graphing calculator. For this one, I'm just going to use the scientific 0.08 divided by 4. And you get 0.02, which should be expected. And then we need our N. N is just the number of compounding periods total for the whole life of the annuity. So in this case, it's 4 times a year, because it's quarterly. And how many years? Well, that's 7 years. So our N is going to be 28. Now you can do this all at once also with the scientific calculator, some scientific calculators and with the graphing calculator, but it may be better just go ahead and do it step by step like I'm doing. So everywhere I have an R, I put a 0.02, and the N is 28. And then don't forget the minus 1, which a lot of people do, divided by 0.02. Now the way I'm going to do it first is actually with the graphing calculator, and some scientific calculators can be done this exact same way. So I'm actually using the TI-83. I need to turn it on first, of course. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to type it in pretty much as I see it. So I type in the 50, then I see a bracket and parentheses. So I don't want to use the brackets here, so I use a double set of parentheses. Then 1 plus 0.02. I'm going to close that parentheses because that's for the inside parentheses. And I'm going to raise that, and this is the exponent key. So if your scientific calculator has this as an exponent key, you may be able to type it in just like this. And then I'm going to hit minus 1. Don't forget that minus 1. I'm going to close parentheses. And then I'm going to divide by 0.02. And we get $1,852.56. Now I'm going to do this problem again, but this time I'm going to use a scientific calculator. Now here's what I would do. I would definitely do inside parentheses, so it would be 1 plus 0.02 equals. I'm going to raise that to the 28th power. So this is your exponent key. Raise to the 28th power equals. And the reason why I'm doing the parentheses first, because the order of operations says you do inside the brackets first. Inside the brackets we have parentheses, so I do inside the parentheses first, and then I do the exponent, and then I subtract the 1 because that's my numerator. I'm going to divide that by 0.02, And then the final thing to do is the times. That is multiplication, in case you're wondering. That is multiplication. So I'm going to times that by 50. And we get the exact same answer. So either way you want to do it, it's fine. Just make sure that you do the steps correctly.